Hey everyone, and welcome to your next episode of this Spiritual Tea podcast. With me, your host Lex. This podcast is all about astrology, how it enriches our lives, and how we can use it and understand it within our lives. So this episode 16, is centered around our new moon in Capricorn, which is happening today on the 23rd of December 2022. As I said, the sign is Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn. Another name for Saturn is Father Time, because Saturn deals with all things relating to time, our time here on Earth, the time that we put into things, everything around time. Capricorn also rules the 10th house in the astrological housing system, which represents work, father figures, authority figures, career status, and our public image. So it's a very, very, very strong part of our day-to-day life and has a big impact in our career also too. So this new moon and every new moon is always going to be centered around manifestation, around initiations, and around newness. So the focus of this new moon in particular is going to be grab life with both hands. Okay, so we're going to have essentially a serious attitude upgrade. That's what we can look forward and expect to come in for us. As we've come into the end of a year, obviously I've started this podcast, I think April this year, and the reason for me beginning this show was not necessarily for attention, but it was more so to do with being able to relay parts of my own personal journey and how I've been able to walk through certain things and get through certain situations in my own personal life. Life can definitely be very, very challenging, and I almost know so deeply that through finding spirituality and finding myself, it's really helped me to become a more authentic character. And what I mean by that is just authentic, smoothing the edges of what I identify as things that resonate authentically for me, about me and with me. So there's much that I've learned, and I've really dedicated a vast amount of time to studying and speaking and listening to everything what goes on around me in order to help with the one true purpose that we have here, which is to, come together as one in the human race, as corny as that sounds, but it's true. Put aside all of these things that we've been taught together in order to have a better place for ourselves and our kids to live in. Okay, so I just wanted to say that sometimes, the best part of life is weirdly that it's not fair to us. We often wake up in a dream, believing we have time, and we make forward plans, but then we experience fairness, unfairness, and pain, and it suddenly and has a way of jolting us into reality, into the real reality, which is just that how valuable and precious life is. And I really would like to take a moment as well to send my warmest heart to all, including myself, who have lost any loved ones this year, and also to send a reminder that even though it's not fair and it's an unbridled part of life, it's also a part of life that I do understand on an intellectual level, that is designed and for us to push and follow our soul's path. So the relevance of that conversation that I've just had with you is that Capricorn, the archetype for Capricorn is it represents our spiritual roots, basically. So that is what we're finding, that's what we're always looking for, and that is why Capricorn has such a heavy hand in our life, because Capricorn wants us to work for every last drop of our rewards, or what we class as a reward. It really wants us to go through it in order to appreciate life really for what it is. Like, you know, for us to stop waking up dreaming and, you know, frivolously telling ourselves, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, or, you know, I'll become different, you know, I've got, you know, things like this. Once we know better, we have to start doing better, and if we don't, there's always a price to pay with Saturn, if that makes sense in some way, because with time being how it is, you know, we can also endure things for a long period of time, which could be a lesson from Saturn, until we decide to change or redirect or become something that it wants us to become, that we've agreed to become whilst we experience this incarnation. So essentially we are on a mission right now to deepen our approach and expectation. We need to start looking forward to things that are sort of, that we hold in high regard, our relationships, our values, the things that we appreciate. How do we show appreciation for them? Do we ever even wake up and show appreciation for the fact that we've woken up? Because if we don't, if we're not doing something even as simple as that, that's, you know, is probably not great, you know, in the long run. Because I think that we can always find something to moan about in this world. It's so easy, there's so many, you know, it's like pick one. Look at any area of your life and you go, okay, pick something, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, then what's the point of today if you're in that frame of mind that day? Well, the point of that day is just that you're existing through it, and even that we have to be grateful for 100%. So I feel like this new moon in particular will be revolutionary in the sense of our mind, our attitude, our approach, as I said, and our expectation. And there's nothing wrong with that, because in order to achieve results, we have to set goals. And if you haven't set a goal towards something in your life, then it means that you don't really want it. So that would also need to be addressed in this time. So some other aspects, interestingly enough, are Jupiter went direct into Aries to spring us into to get more in touch with our authentic self. I mean, Aries rules the first house of physical self, leadership, and first impressions. And Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion, so it's very self-focused, very much so, and that is in the background of this new moon as well, which will be giving us also another energy, another viewpoint of which to assess from a place of self, you know. And sometimes to do that we have to energize, i.e. take time out, and now is the perfect time because we're heading into the Christmas period. Today is my first day off on my 10-day break, so I'm really excited to just relax and not really have to be anywhere. So in that time, with Capricorn new moon energy and, you know, lots of other things that are going on, it's a good time to start deepening our thoughts, write down a new sort of idea, new list, a more realistic list based on the information that you have up to this point, and making ourselves known in the world, making our mark, whether that be in work, whether that be in the community, in our spirituality, in our home, in our life, in our relationships, whatever it is. It's about being bold, and showing people the real you, in order for you to feel a peace within yourself at the end of the day. So the signs that will be most affected will be the cardinal signs, mostly Capricorn and Cancer, because Cancer is the polar opposite to Capricorn. And if you want to have a look in your birth chart, if you've got it handy, you can have a look and see where Capricorn sits in your chart, or Saturn, and you can see what areas of your life this transit may be affecting, which for me is always good to know. So I'm not sure if I mentioned, I think I probably skipped over it at the beginning, but Capricorn is associated with work and reward, and the word for Capricorn is I use. And the body parts that it represents is the knees, the joints, the skeleton, and the teeth. So that any parts of those areas may need extra attention at this time, especially our knees and joints, with it being cold. So make sure we're taking the right vitamins in, and supplements that we need in order to keep our bodies healthy and strong. I think health will be quite a vocal point in January. It normally is anyway, which is no bad thing. So, make sure you stay around people that are on that same tip, on that same path, who will encourage and inspire you with things and ways of how to keep your body, your carcass, as I like to say, healthy. And, understanding why that's important, and why that's important for lifestyle, for future, and, for functionality, basically. So the cards that I pulled for this new moon were Deepening, which is number 10, which again is good because that represents the 10th house. And then I got Energize, which is number 2, and that pertains to the 2nd house of Taurus, which is money, possessions, and value. And I also got Fox Spirit, Think on Your Feet. And I got Badger Spirit, Be Fearless and Bold. I also got Aries, Full Moon in Aries, A Fiery Climax Approaches. And then I got Full Moon in Aquarius, Show the World the Real You. So again, this energy is very forward facing. It's almost giving me quick, fast movement into the new year, and needing to have a strong head on. That's very simply how I feel when I look at these cards. I feel like there's going to be a lot coming at us quickly, and we're going to need to have a strong head on. And in order to prepare for that, we're going to need to energize and deepen our strength. And what is our strength? Our strength is our spirituality. Yes, it's our connection to the ethers, to the energies, to the Most High, to life, beyond today. So that's what deepens us, that's what strengthens us, and that's what gives us the grounding to be able to continue each day. And that's exactly how, what we need to nourish. So my suggestion there would be to do a good root chakra meditation. 100%. You can use any dark crystals, obsidian, smoky quartz, things like that, which will help you with the grounding aspect of it. And maybe you can incorporate some gratitude meditations in the morning. If anybody here is interested in doing starting for the new year a 7-day chakra balancing course, I do have one that you can purchase from me. You can contact me on interior wellness underscore group on Instagram, and I will happily send you the course out. You can basically download it and listen to it as many times as you want. I send it by Google Drive and you can just have it for life. The course is 25 quid, and I guarantee you will definitely benefit from listening to it. It's 20 minutes each morning, and for 7 days you work on each chakra, and it's really good. So if anybody's interested, you can reach me out. As I said, interior wellness underscore group, and you will see me there. Apart from that, I'm gonna say thank you to everybody who has joined me this year on this new journey of mine with this podcast. And I definitely will be looking to expand it at some point in the next year. I'm not going to rush anything. I'll just let things unfold in their time, but I've definitely got good ideas, and I'll be happy to, grow and see you guys with me still. So enjoy your Christmas, have a happy new year, and I'll see you soon. Blessings.